Alright, first what you need is to get 2 round pieces of wood. Now you can buy a whole pack of little teeny tiny thin 16th inch wood shapes at your local craft store. You can get them like this, they're only a few bucks, or you can also find them in squares and all triangles, different shapes. Or if you have some wood tools, you can cut 2 round ones, but sometimes you can just find 2 by themselves if you don't want to pay too much. But anyway, these are about the size of, I don't know, 1.5 inches diameter, maybe 3 centimeters. So there you have it, and they're about 1 millimeter thick. I'd say maybe 1.5, I don't know millimeters. Who does millimeters anyway? So get yourself a nice block of wood to work on. Buy a wood burner. Wood burners are fun. Be careful, they could burn your house down. They're like as hot as a lit cigarette, but this one was about $16. So once you buy one, that's it. You have this nice chisel tip on the end. It has other tips, but I just use the chisel tip. I have a few videos showing all of the different ways you can use a wood burner. They're so great, they're so fun. But today, just making sure that tip is on there tight. Okay. I haven't used this in a while. Today we're just gonna use these for our flat earth earrings. Second thing you have to do is believe in the flat earth. The way to believe, if you don't already believe, is just put your hands on each of your cheeks and close your eyes and just say, I believe in the flat earth, and just squint your eyes really hard, and the belief will start to manifest. So we're gonna take one of these and show you. Now we're gonna it helps to have a map or a globe to learn from, or even if you could get some transfer paper, which is like graphite paper, you put it over the top, and then you could put the map there if you get a small enough map, and you can trace it, and it'll put the tracing right onto the piece of wood. But we're just going to do this from memory, because being flat earth enthusiasts for a long time now, we've committed to memory the exact shape of the flat earth. So we're just going to go with this, and you can believe that this is going to be completely accurate to scale. So first we have these are the little islandy things around Canada, and then we have like a little part of thing here, and then we have Florida, and then it comes together, and then branches out again, and then it comes back to like this little triangle shape. That's South America, and then this obviously up here is North America, and come around here, and there you go. That's pretty much it, North and South America. And over here we have a little bit of a Greenland, which should have been called Iceland, but they tricked people. And then down here we have that snowy place. This is called Penguin Land. And then over here we have, this is where everything takes place. And then further out we have the other continents that do things. And there's one right here. That's a big one. And I didn't make it quite as big, but there's a little one here where stuff happens. And then there's some other stuff up in here. Here's Siberia, and then there's Japan and China, and then some other islands and stuff, and some Middle East stuff, and that's of course is Africa. You know what? My to scale is not quite. Did I bring an eraser with me? Well, anyway, here's Africa is a little bigger than that, so we're just gonna stretch it out a little bit, and then over here is Kangaroo Land. And that's pretty much it. That's our flat earth. You can see it's flat. You can test it, and there's all kinds of ways to measure it. Like this block of wood is also flat. It's thicker, but it's still flat. So that's a further test to prove the theory. We're going to use this paper plate for our palette, for our painting, and the paper plate is also flat. Table's flat. I mean, there's proof is all around you. So open your eyes, experience the wonder of the flat earth, and so I've been heating up this wood burner for about 10 minutes, and you need about 5-10 minutes to get it to fully hot. So we're now going to carefully come in here, and I purposely made these continents a little smaller, so we're just going to make them a little bigger than how we made them there. But this is like so perfect, like you could overlay a map here and it would be exact. This is how North America is in South America. And I'm using the very tip of the wood burner. Usually I say to use the fat part, but that makes really thick lines. And we want to be very precise because we're map makers here. Or I think they're called cryptology experts or something like that. And there we go. There's that. Japan is like a little island right there. There's India. See that? There's the Middle East. There's I'll make Africa a little bigger because I promised. And there we go. It's good. It's all good. There's this is Europa, and right there is that's where people drink tea. This little teeny tiny island right there. That's like big deal. They think sometimes. There's Greenland right there, and oh, well, there's nothing up here, but there would be the North Pole. But anyway, so there's Kangaroo Land, and I think we are good. There we have it. And now we're just going to do another one to match, because you want people who are looking at either side of your head when you're wearing the earrings to know that the earth is flat. You know, if they only approach you from the left side, you know, half the people who pass you that day might not learn that the earth is flat because they only saw you from one side. And you want to get all the people with your indoctrinating discipleship, teaching them the way. So, you know, it's important that both ears are showing the exact same thing. So here we go. Now we've had some practice. It's going to look even better on this one. And yeah. Make sure when you when you're done with your wood burner that you, or if you still have it going and you didn't turn it off, or even if it's cooling down, that you put it in a safe place, like on a metal stand. It comes with a stand, but that stand might need to be nailed down to a block of wood or something, and because it slides around. Make sure it's safe, because that wood burner can get knocked over. You could burn yourself. You could catch something on fire. So be very careful. Use safety. We're going to get some paint now. You can use any kind of paint. This is going to be acrylic. And get some nice green for our land, and some nice blue for the water. We're going to use two different blues because the ocean is not all one color, as the round globe people like to believe. So, we're going to dispel a lot of myths in this video. Get yourself a nice cup of water and a little paintbrush. A couple little paintbrushes help to have a few different sizes, but whatever you got. And begin. I find it's very relaxing to paint the continents when I don't have a globe people disturbing me with their alternative facts. Now we want to paint the ocean. We're going to mix a little bit of this blue, put a little bit of dark on one side and the light on the other side of the brush, so we get a nice blend. Because the ocean is not all one color. See that? You can almost see the dolphins jumping around in there. This is like a beautiful portrayal of why the earth is flat. This is Iceland down here. That's where all the ice is. That's where the ice shield is, so you don't want to go over there. You'll fall off the edge. Also known as Penguin Land. And you can just kind of blend the colors together. Just kind of blend it, makes it look very, very oceanic-y. I'm actually a designated, I'm a qualified oceanographer. I have a certificate. In oceanographiction. See that nice blotting and padding? It's It looks like I'm just relaxing, but it's very, very, very specific brush strokes, or like I'm painting in the waves. Each individual wave, it's painstaking, but the end result is worth it. I like to paint the edges too, because the water could flow off, and it tells you, like, if you go too close to the edge, you could fall off. It's not what you want to do. So just gives it a nice finished look. Okay, we're almost done. On the back, I like to, give a warning to those who don't believe. Now you want to drill 2 holes in these guys. If you don't have a drill with a small enough bit, then you can use the wood burner to actually just bore a hole. You just go, make sure it's going through both sides. Not sure I lined that up right, but just wiggle it through and eventually you'll get a nice hole. You just need a little bit of a hole, just enough to get a jump ring through there. And if you don't like having a big black hole right in the middle of the North Pole, you can always just put a little paint over that and touch it up a little bit. To connect them, I'm using 2 8mm jump rings, 2 4mm, and the earring hooks. Why not just one jump ring? Well, then the earring hook will go sideways, and instead of looking like this, hanging out of the ear, it'll look like that. So you always got to pay attention. Every link or every jump ring turns your piece usually a quarter turn one way or the other. There you have it. Now you can spread your vision of telling everybody else how the earth is flat just by looking stylish as you walk around town. You'll draw attention to the message, and that's what's important. Next week we're going to have a how to prove that dinosaurs are not real necklace. Stay tuned.